Orchids, or Orchidaceae, are a family of flowering plants with the largest number of species. Its species are widely distributed from wet tropical areas to circumpolar regions. Although most of its members are found in tropical areas, most members of this family live as epiphytes, especially those from tropical areas. Orchids in temperate climates usually live in the soil and form. Its organs tend to be thick and are fleshy, succulent, making it resistant to the pressure of water availability. Epiphytic orchids can live from dew and humid air. Orchids are one of the ornamental plants that are favored by many people because of their beautiful flowers and attractive colors. However, orchids are often known as plants that are difficult to care for. In fact, if you know what to do, caring for orchids is not as difficult as you might think. The most common cause of orchids wilting quickly is usually due to excessive watering. Instead of constantly watering your orchid, it's better to pay attention to how much water it needs. The best way to tell if your orchid needs water is to look at the moss growing on its roots. If the moss is moist, it means the orchid has enough water. However, if the moss starts to dry out, your orchid needs watering. Another way to check if it needs water is to stick your finger into the base of the roots and make sure it feels moist. There are many different growing media that you can use to grow orchids, but the most popular choices are sphagnum moss and bark. The advantage of using sphagnum moss is that it acts like a sponge, which can absorb water and keep the orchid roots moist for longer. While bark doesn't hold water as well as moss, it can be an ideal choice for some orchids that don't do well in moist media, such as moon orchids and cattleya orchids. The American Orchid Society recommends fertilizing your orchids regularly with a fertilizer with little or no urea in it. Another recommendation is to water them with a liquid fertilizer made from a mixture of fertilizer and water. To make a liquid fertilizer, take 1/4 of the recommended amount of fertilizer on the label and mix it with the amount of water you normally use to water your orchids. Water your orchids with this liquid fertilizer weekly, but make sure not to over-moisten. Tubers as a way to adapt to winter.